100 naira ko. Estambaseko.
Lagos this morning, and today we'll be talking about recent news updates from politics to entertainment. We saw the video yesterday, shutting down the TBS Lagos State in general with over 55,000 capacity, which is Timeless album. We saw, featuring artists like Yanya, Kaid, Ashake, and the likes, and also to politics and also to the Russia war, whereby the federal government are saying that they would look for alternative to take out Nigerian students and also Nigerian citizens right there. Also, we'll look at other topic as well. Before then, I am Olajide Taufik Olamide, and I have with me here my wonderful co-host.
Good morning, viewer. Good morning, everyone. You're welcome to another edition of the program Lagos This Morning, and I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Of course, it's a new week. I am you're welcome to this show today.
All right, you're welcome. If you're watching us, you can hit on the like button and you can also hit on the subscribe button as well. Let's move straight to the top stories for the day. All right, let's start with you.
Looking at the top stories, we have nationwide blackout looms as generation falls from 40 megawatts.
4,000 megawatts.
4,000 megawatts.
On Sudan war, Nigeria's only viable way out is evacuation by road. Federal government.
Another building collapses in Lagos.
And also Nnamani to Obi withdraw petition, negotiate interest of Igbos with Tinubu.
Okay. INEC asks IGP to investigate Adamawa declaration drama.
Probe missing 149 million barrels of crude oil in 2019. Serap urges Buhari.
Man reveals story behind Sudan war.
Court grants chewed Nnamani 10 million naira bail over alleged cyber stalking.
And on sports, we have Newcastle Trust Sport 6-1 as FA Cup final sees Manchester derby.
Lagos CP orders area commander to take up over case of a woman slapped. So many stories yesterday.
We'll be moving on to the traffic
updates around Lagos State. Quickly, let's take a look at the traffic updates from Iyanokpaja. Pleasure to Iyanokpaja under bridge. Up to Goye, in and out is good. Alagba towards Iyanokpaja roundabout. Moshalashi Gate, Barua, U-turn and Okpeki, in and out is okay. Moshalashi inwards Egbeda intersection and Isheri roundabout. In and out is also good to go. Egbeda intersection towards Akowanjo is a steady movement, while the return journey is also good. Traffic update around Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. It is better movement from Isheri Olowora to Ogunusi Road down to Excellence to connect Wemco, and the return trip from Wemco to Excellence, Ogunusi Road, River Valley to Isheri Olowora are also good to go.
Moving on to Odogun to Mile 12 traffic updates, we have vehicular movement from Odo Ogun down to Ajegule to Thomas to Irawo to Idera to Way Bridge to Owode Oniron to Owode Elede down to Mile 12, all good to go. Movement from Mile 12 under bridge inward Ajelogo in and out still looking good. While ascending and descending Mile 12 bridge inward Kosofe down to Eyano School is good to go. Return journey from Eyano School to Kosofe down to Mile 12 also good to go. Ascending and descending Mile 12 bridge inward Owode Elede to Owode Oniron to Way Bridge to Idera to Irawo to Thomas to Ajegunle down to Odogun all are all good to go. Impediment still negative.
Traffic update from Dokpemu. Movement from Iyanokpaja, Adealu, Pako, Goye intersection inwards Dokpemu underneath the bridge to cement is looking good. Goye intersection inwards Alagutan, Alimosho Road to Akiwowo to Moshalashi inwards and outwards is also good to go. Dokpemu Bridge inwards Akumojo roundabout, Shasha roundabout, Sele, Shobo, Kwara, Jimo, Forganizer, Mycom, Bakery, Ogunlano to connect Egbeda is also in good shape. Return journey from Egbeda to connect Lagos Abeokuta Expressway and Swifa Oniwaya Agbotikuyo axis is still encouraging
for now.
For now, as soon as we get more traffic updates, we'll ensure to keep you posted on that. Moving forward to the newspaper front pages this morning.
Looking at the newspaper front page, we'll start with The Punch this morning. And right on the front page of the Punch newspaper, we have under Sudan conflict, government seeks Egypt's support to rescue 5,500 Nigerians by road, as federal government warns that Nigerian students pay $100 for dangerous roads. We are waiting for Sudanese government to provide safe corridor for evacuation. That's coming from Minister.
Nigeria's indebtedness to World Bank now 6 trillion naira.
Okay, the next we have police launch manhunt for fleeing Adamawa wreck.
Tinubu may return today to meet APC National Working Committee. More on page 14.
2 children, 5 others burnt to death in Lagos-Ibadan highway crash.
Lagos State government blames developers as another 3-story building collapses.
Let's take a look at the next, which is Vanguard.
All right, on the Vanguard, right on the front page there at the top right corner, we have Sudan war. Nigerians' only way out is evacuation by road. Federal government.
Zamfara State reinstates Emir dethroned for turbaning bandit leader.
On global competitiveness, over 30 taxes choke industries in Nigeria. 17 bills on more levies pending in National Assembly. Tax above global average of 23.37% as SMEs lose 9% of yearly income. Stakeholders chart way forward.
And on the next, we have federal government failed woefully on security. That's coming from a Catholic archbishop.
Nationwide blackout looms as generation falls between 4,000 megawatt.
On the next, APC dissolves presidential campaign council. Why would they do that?
On 52 billion naira SWP fund, Atiku's aide Keyamo Baika over asset declaration. 10th
Nans Betara Wase Jaji in 3-horse race for speaker.
All right, moving on to the next one right in front of us. Nigerian Tribune. Nurses, midwives lament exclusion from 40% pay rise for federal government workers.
Published probe reports on 52 billion naira special work program supervised by Keyamo, Atiku's aide task Nans.
On speakership slots, Tinubu's romance with PDP, NNPP leaders threaten opposition gang up. Minority caucuses await APC's zoning arrangements.
And on the next, we have bandits release 4 KB school girls after 22 months in captivity.
7 burned to death, 14 injured in Lagos-Ibadan Expressway accident.
And Lagos government blames developer as another 3-story building collapses in Apapa.
Adamawa supplementary election, FCID commences full investigation. Someone suspended REC. Others extend investigation to DSS and Civil Defense.
After being away for a long time, the president-elect, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, is to return to Nigeria today.
All right, moving on to the front page of The Nation. Nigerian students lament ordeal in crisis-torn Sudan.
Police begin probe of suspended Adamawa wreck.
It's getting interesting. Nnamani asks Obi to discontinue petition as another story building collapses in Lagos.
And on the next, we have our expectations from Tinubu by Niger Delta leaders. You'll see that on page 26 of the Punch.
Of the nation.
The nation. The nation. The nation.
Moving on to Daily Trust. Daily Trust right here. We have Tinubu returns today amidst National Assembly leadership contest.
And the federal government begins evacuation of stranded Nigerians tomorrow. 5,500 waiting for government action. As students move to Ethiopia, cried for rescue. Airlines bypass airpeace.
As Buhari's tenure ends, auto policy remains elusive as a Matawale reinstates Emir suspended for turbaning bandit leader.
On the next, hunger sickness hits Niger IDP camps.
Man killed while trying to settle quarrel over urinating points. Damn.
Okay, I'll follow Yadua's steps to actualize Katsina people's mandate coming from, I can't see that clearly.
Coming from Radar something.
Okay.
All right, moving on to The Guardian. Quickly, rising poverty, cost, damping eSIM adoption, impact on Nigeria's card production.
Wow. Ayetero says Ondo community slipping into Atlantic Ocean. Wow. That means
Maybe
flood
the flood is
is
coming
already
in gradually.
Remember, we've been alerted ever since. So.
On Sudan, FG negotiates safe exit for stranded Nigerians.
Okay, another Lagos building collapses 24 hours after Sanwo-Olu's visit to Banana Island site.
Matawale reinstates Emir suspended for turbaning bandit kingpin.
Let's go to the world of sports. I know that's your place, right?
Yeah. Okay. Newcastle 6, Tottenham 1. Rampant Magpies rout Spurs in top 4 race.
Chelsea's Osimhen bid suffers setback.
Red Devils of Manchester United set up a Manchester derby for FA Cup final.
Kelechi Iheanacho confident of Leicester's survival.
Barcelona defeated Atletico Madrid yesterday as they edge closer to a title win.
Jesus, not Christ, not the Nazareth. Jesus insists Arsenal can still win EPL. They play.
Yes, Jesus. Both the Jesus.
Not Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Not Jesus Christ.
Jesus. It's Jesus now. They're both Jesus. Gabriel Jesus.
Gabriel.
Nazareth Jesus.
Gabriel. Imagine angel Jesus. You know Gabriel is an angel.
You can see both the angel and Jesus put
Jesus
together in one.
No.
Okay, moving on to the Confederations Cup. Eguma blames Yanga defeat on injuries.
Okay, I would want 150 euro now.
150 million euro.
Oh, 150 million euro now coming from Okocha. Okay.
Success at last. Nigerian Udinese forward scores first Sierra goal after 365 days and 35 games.
Wait, I am seeing Devils set up Manchester Derby FA Cup final.
Yeah, they won yesterday via penalty shootout. They defeated Brighton and Hove Albion to set up a final with Manchester City. Yeah, moving on the program. If you're watching us, you can hit on the like button. You can also click on the subscribe button as well. Let's go to the top stories. Nationwide blackout looms as generation falls below 4,000 megawatts.
You know, I said something one time that is a yearly something.
Exactly.
Is okay. Is that right? On Sudan war, we have Nigerians' only viable way out is evacuation by road coming from federal. I don't know how they're going to evacuate people by road from Sudan.
Probably they're going to evacuate them to the neighboring countries. Okay. Then from there they can airlift them to Nigeria. You should be able to work that way because the US, the UK, and also France came in. I think yesterday, day before yesterday, to airlift their citizens from there. Although the war is still going on there, even while I saw the video, there was still sound of gunshot. Like it was not even small, it was intense. But those guys went in there. They were US special forces. So I'm very sure no matter the war they are fighting right there, they would not want to even tamper with those guys. They won't want to go near them because they don't want problem for themselves. So, but many Nigerians have actually reacted to it that the Nigerian government are you know, at a slow pace when it comes to going out there to rescue their citizens. Unlike the US, that they just go with very swift action. They go in there with their best military men to rescue their people. Because if you look at it, you know, a few weeks back or something, we heard that some of Nigerian army are being sent to other countries for peacekeeping mission. So if we're actually sending people out for peacekeeping mission, why can't we now rescue our own citizens when they are in distress in the midst of war then? That means we will be very, very good and intelligent soldiers for us to go and, you know, go on a peacekeeping mission. Then why can't we keep our people at peace while they are inside the inside the terrified zone? So it boils down to so many factors that we might not even know about. Though they said it is very, it is hard for the airspace generally around the country there. It is nothing to write about. In Sudan there, it is tense there. Even some aeroplane were actually burnt down. So even the runway is not so good to even fly. So probably they'll be using their military helicopter to airlift people, not actually using the runway or aeroplane or something. It will be very, very dangerous.
That's actually very bad. You know, one of the things I usually say is this: if only our government would actually learn how to be prompt. You know, when they get an information, particularly about their citizens, they should be able to act promptly to rescue them.
Exactly.
You know, just like other countries do. Moving on, we have another building collapses in Lagos State. This kind of incidents keep happening, you know, and I don't know, probably these could I say the contractors or the engineers, you know, they are not doing their job the way they are supposed to.
From the reports I got yesterday, the Lagos State government have actually asked those people there that they should stop working. There are some things that they need to settle, some paperwork that they need to complete and stuff. So they actually flout those orders, then continue the building, and now everything is down. So it's not as if they were not being regulated. They were being told that stop this work here. Maybe because they didn't seal off the place as that. Then they just say, okay, you need to stop this thing right now.
Since they said you could have sealed
I think
the place.
they stopped before. Then they went back behind those people to continue their
Hope there was
work
no
there.
loss of lives.
No, people have actually gone home for Salah. I think that's why. Had it been it was not during Salah time, people would be there sleeping. And it's about 3-story building. People would be sleeping maybe underneath or in the middle floor or something. You know, it would have been a very different case. So I think it's not actually about the state or the government not putting laws into place, but there are always people that are ready to flout those orders at any point in time.
True.
So I think there should just be a higher penalty on those kind of people, because they've actually put, had it been those guys were there now, you know, building the house, they need to blame the owner of that building, because the person would surely know about the order from Lagos State government that they should stop building, while they still give them the order to continue. So I think there should be a bigger penalty now when it comes to, you know, buildings, because, you know, the one that happened in Banana Island there about just few weeks back, or I think last month or so, they are still brooding on what happened. They are still investigating, and now this is another one again.
That's earlier this month, not even
Earlier this month.
Okay, moving on the main topic of discussion for today, we have Nnamani to Obi withdraw petition, negotiate interest of Igbos with Tinubu.
Well, I don't know where that is coming from Nnamani. I don't know where his point of his bone of contention or his point of view is actually going to. And for him to tell Peter Obi to drop his petition, well, he actually said Peter Obi's petition is more of a personality stuff than the election stuff. Like he said, he's not qualified to run for the president. You know, the drug cases, what's it called? He gave INEC some kind of half-truth when it comes to revealing himself, you know, declaring his assets and the likes.
President-elect?
Yeah, that's what Nnamani said. That what the petition contains, and that's it. That it is less of what actually transpired during the election, more of his personality. That Peter Obi is trying to embarrass the president-elect and the like. So he just advised him to, you know, drop the petition and negotiate Southeast people's what's it called, their share of the national cake.
this when it has to do with the Igbo elders,
Yeah.
or the Igbo politicians, sometimes I feel that they only talk for their own personal interests. They don't really, it's not as if they really represent the interests of the people.
Of the Southeasterners.
So I feel that Nnamani coming out to tell P2B to withdraw the petition and all that is just probably for his own benefits, or whatever it is to get. So, but then I believe it's just next month to the swearing in, and then the election tribunal will still come up before the swearing in. So let's really hold on and wait. Let's see what's going to happen and all that. Because me personally, I'm actually waiting because I want to know how the whole thing is going to go.
Out.
And let me also see what will be the next move of Peter Obi, and then the Obedience, and then the Labour Party, and then the aggrieved Nigerians.
But some people are now saying that what if the court declares the president-elect as the winner of the election?
Then his quest must have been justified. Would have been justified.
Because right now, I think the president, inauguration council or something like that, the president-elect, it didn't include anybody from the Southeast. And then I think Atiku came out a few days ago to say that why wouldn't he include people from the Southeast? He didn't include anybody. It was just from the Southwest, the Southwest here, the North, then I think the Middle Belt and the South. He didn't include the Southeast in his inauguration body or something. Those people.
Well, we shouldn't still see it as a personal, but that could have been his own choice. Not necessarily because he has anything in mind against the Southeasterners.
Wow.
And I don't even think it has anything as well to do with what P2B is doing with me. So because of that, I'm not going to include anybody from the Southeast.
Yeah.
He must have his own personal reasons.
Yeah.
Why? Or maybe he didn't even know. Or maybe he didn't think about it that way. You get? Or maybe he has other position he has reserved for people from the Southeast that made him to make that kind of selection without including them. You get? But then what I'm saying is, Nnamani, and I believe that P2B is going to reply him.
Of course.
And not just P2B now. I believe that the obedient people, the Labour Party as a political party, and then some set of Nigerians, I believe that they will definitely reply to Nnamani. There's something I usually say. When someone comes out to say this kind of thing, you should like try to clarify the reason behind every of your word, so that your words will not be misconstrued. Because someone like me now, if I see this kind of headline now, I'll be like, oh, so this man hates people to be rich, or maybe this is how much he loved the Igbos, and so this is the highest thing he can actually do for someone coming from his side. But then it's beyond that. This is politics.
This is politics.
So even if
it's a game of interest.
Even if it's your biological brother or whatever, because he or she have something to gain personally, they will still work against you.
Of course.
So it has nothing to do with he's my brother and he's not my brother. But then personally, like I said before, I can't really wait to see what this whole thing will come up with at the end. Like I want to see the end product of it all.
All right, if you're watching us, you can hit on the like button. We have quite a lot of number of people watching us right now. Miss Gladys, good morning to you all. Good morning, Miss Gladys. Happy New Week to everyone watching us. Ibrahim Liasu, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Ibrahim. Special greetings to our beloved presenters. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Dutchman Pound, good morning, my people.
Good morning, Mr. Dutchman. Please, if you're watching, like we said earlier, do well to drop your opinion on the comment section. Let's know what you think about Nnamani, a well-known man from Enugu State. I think he's the one that defected from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress. Isn't it the one?
I think so.
Yeah. So we want to know what you think about him telling the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, of course, in the just concluded presidential election, to withdraw his case and negotiate interests of Igbos with the president-elect. There's something about the Igbos I know because I'm an Igbo person.
Yeah.
So I'm going to like talk about it from my own perspective, from my own angle. We Igbos, one person does not really come and speak on our behalf. They are not those kind of people. If anybody comes out to say, we the Igbos, it's not we the Igbos, you're speaking for yourself. Because there's something they say in Igbo land, Igbos does not have a king. Like, meaning that they don't have, let's say, a spokesperson.
Yeah.
This person is representing the Igbos, and then you want to speak everybody's mind. You can't possibly speak everybody's mind. Because when you're there speaking, you will see other people coming to, they'll contradict that your opinion, you get. So, him saying, Nnamani, P2B should withdraw petition, negotiate interests of Igbos. Interest of Igbos. What does he really think is the interest of the Igbos, or just what he feel like his own? That's why I said that these things are just personal interest. It has nothing to do with everybody. This is what we want. Some people will come and tell you, we Igbos, we are grieved, or some of them will say we are grieved because we are being marginalized. We are grieved because, okay, take a look at what the president-elect did. He made elections, he did not include anybody from the southeast. This is the problem, But then, another set of Igbos will say, that is not our problem. We are being marginalized, it's not our problem. Just allow us to do our businesses in peace. Don't disrupt what we are doing. Just like what happened in Lagos State just before the governorship election. That Igbo market was burnt down. That is not marginalization. Do you understand?
Yeah,
that's a show of how they put
just
it?
Like wickedness or something.
There's this language I'm looking for, but then it's not coming out. You just like it's just a show of wickedness. Let me borrow your word, even though that's not the word I'm looking for. But then some people will say they are being marginalized. Some will say they are being hated. That they hate the Igbos, But then another person will come and say they don't allow us to participate in politics. Forgetting that power is not given.
You have to take
You
it.
take it.
Okay, well, I think this man Nnamani is looking into the future. Is looking at the aftermath of all the petition, tribunal, and the likes. Like, you can't take someone to court, then come back and be friends. Okay, you can actually be friends, but in most cases, the friendship would not be so tight like that. Now, let's say peradventure the court declares the president-elect as the winner now, it will be very hard for him or someone else to go to the president-elect and want to negotiate, stuffs for the Southeasterners. Because right now, if you look at the Nigerian setting, Nigeria politics is just a game of interest, not about inclusion or this thing. Everything is, if someone is talking about inclusion right now, carrying this part along and the likes, it's just like daydreaming. It's just like imagination. Because you look at it from the past, many people, it's those that actually support the president while he's vying for that office. Majority of them, they are those ones that will be the beneficiary of that tenure. And those that actually choose not to support him, they might be at the back end. They might not be on the receiving end, like the negative side, but when the dividend is coming down to the people, it will get to those people who supported the president at first, before the crumbs will now get to those people at the extreme end. So I think to some extent, Nnamani is thinking like, okay, after all this whole thing, if this man is being declared as a winner, so what will now be our fate? What will be the fate of those people there? So for the next 8 years, we will now, keep on going the way we have been. Why don't we just stop all these things, then just try and negotiate? Because we will see so far, so this thing is just about negotiation. Just like Tinubu in 2015, he wouldn't have run for that presidency in 2015. There was no way he would have won. He wouldn't have. He had a slim chance of winning, because right then we had Yaradua, a northern Muslim, a Muslim to be precise, and he too is a Muslim as well. So if he's coming again after Yaradua, okay, is it Yaradua?
No, good.
Look, after Goodluck Jonathan that wants to be president, he does not have this kind of solid relationship with the North as at then. It's just in the southwest here. But right there, he knew that he has this power here. If he merged this with Buhari, because Buhari has been having a sizable number of votes consistently, merge those two together, you will make him win. He has not been imagined as the president. He ran 3 times, he didn't win, he lost. So now, if he matches his number with Buhari's own, Buhari would win. And by that way, it will feel like, okay, you made this person the president, because this person actually lost 3 times with his huge number. And because you came into the picture, he has won, which means you actually made him the president. So in turn, you know, democracy is about give and take. You have given this person the power. You've allowed this person to become the president. In return, the person would actually fight for you to get back that mantle. So it's about timing and calculation. And the calculation is not even about 2 years, 4 years. It's about a very long period of time. And now like this, I'm seeing a kind of alignment between the president-elect and I think Kwakwanso or something. And some people are saying that maybe 2031, it might be going back to the north again as well. So I think it's just about alignment. Because this Nigeria politics is not about really, okay, I want to take this thing, the youth, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, you know that this person owns this thing. If you fight this person, he will fight you back and you won't get it. I think that's just the way I'm seeing the Nigerian politics. When it's outside the country, it is another different ballgame entirely. But it's like the system here has been rigged in such a way whereby no one can just enter there and take it forcefully. That's just the way I'm actually seeing it.
Well, it's just so funny that, you know, but then I feel that one of the things that they thought first in the presidential election, what made them to become that powerful was actually the fact that when you look around, you remember that most people that won some senatorial seats and House of Rep, they were people that they've not been in the political space before. Yes. You know, and I believe that, or I feel that this is what this third force stands for. Like making people, we are it's like in a situation whereby, or they want to make it to the point whereby you and I, that we are not known, we are not major politicians, or probably people that can bring us to the limelight and all of that, whereby we can actually contest for an election, then we win without godfatherism, without let me put you there, without, if not for me, you wouldn't have been in this position. Exactly. And I feel that that's what they are known for, or that's what they are doing. You get, and it's good actually, because like what you said now, if you become the president, or let's say I have the interest of becoming the president, but because I can't conquer a particular zone because I'm not well known there.
I think it's not about
I can align with you,
like aligning with that particular zone.
Yes, now you have to, like, you will still conquer. It's conquer alignment, whatever it is. I feel it's the same thing. All right, you know them. You are from the southwest, and I'm from the southeast. Because I don't really understand the language of the Southwesterners, I have to align with you, who is a Southwesterner, to win these people over. Yeah. Even though I'm a bad person, even though they know me and you, even though they know you to be a devil. I'm sorry to use that word. You know, even though they know you to be someone who is selfish, but because you just speak their language, and for the fact that you are introducing me to them, they have to vote for me. I think we need to come to that position in our country whereby all these things needs to be completely eradicated. What we need at this time is people who are actually willing to do the job without godfatherism interfering in the whole thing. Because one of the issues we have in Nigeria is this godfatherism. You know, whereby I have the things I want to do, but because I have to listen to you to an extent, I will not be able to execute my own plans. No matter how good the plans are, I have to take instructions from you because you are the one that put me in the office. Yeah. So I believe that we need to come to that point whereby I am being elected. I need to listen to the people I'm serving. Listen to the people I am leading, not the people that put me there. Because sometimes they don't really have the interest of these other people at heart. But because they want to tell me something that they themselves will end up benefiting from. Of course. I think that is the thing that we need to be looking at. And I feel that that's one of the things that they thought first. That's what made them to become this relevant in the political during the presidential election that we had this year. You get that's what made them to be that. That's what made them powerful, because they listened to this person, what he was saying, and then he's not as corrupt as these other people. In quotes, before some people will come after me right now, he wasn't as corrupt as these other people in quotes. You get, that's what most people are like. Okay, if this person can be like this with all these clean slates all around him, I think we can trust him. Yeah, you get. And still, like, coming down to what Nnamani said, telling him to withdraw. It is not just about this man. He's not the only person who is doing this thing. A lot of people are behind him, actually pushing. A lot of aggrieved Nigerians. And you know, there's one thing about an aggrieved person. You can't see, no matter, there's nothing you can give to an aggrieved person to make the person to shut up, except you answer him or her to that particular need, to that thing that is making him or her, or you said you sort out the reason for his aggressiveness. You have to sort it out, then the person can listen to you. But whenever you're trying to use money to cover his mouth and be like, he will collect the money, then he will still get to a point to be like, because he will still come out again, probably to disrupt what you're doing or whatever it is.
Nnamani right there saying that Peter Obi should drop his petition, and the likes. Well, let's have your comment. We have Mr. Dutchman. From my perspective, Mr. Nnamani said it all, because the petition is not going to stop Mr. President-elect, so let Tinubu ride on, life goes on. Well, we have a lot of opinion. Well, actually, what you said, I agree with what you said, that that is where Nigeria needs to be heading to now. We need people who would be productive, not just occupy seat of position and do anyhow they like, actually. But I'm just talking about Nigeria as at now, because if someone wants to know enter a particular system, you have to know how the system works, because we have this kind of we are foreseeing the kind of future that Nigeria needs to be in. Like, we need to be in this kind of place, but we have to first of all calculate where we have been before, where we are right now, to be able to predict where we are going to and get people into the system who will take us to where that place that we are going to. But right now, like this, is as if the system has been tweaked in a way whereby everything is just somehow. Even the judiciary system now, many people don't even trust the judiciary system to even deliver what they want. Do you trust the
judiciary system as a person?
Many people
as
don't
a journalist, do you trust the judiciary system?
Well, it's not about maybe me trusting the judiciary system per se, but many people out there have said...
there's something they say about trust is everything.
Yeah.
The moment someone can't trust you for something, that means you can't entrust... You're not supposed to entrust anything in that person's care, because you don't trust the person's judgment.
Exactly.
So I should not even bring it to you. There's no point bringing it to you.
I think that's why Nnamani is saying this thing, that had it been he has seen the court, like, okay, this court has been just, they have been fair over the years, like, okay, this guy would get his justice here. But maybe he has looked at the court like, would this court be able to deliver what this guy wants, or the truth of what actually transpired on the presidential election or on the run-up to the presidential election? And maybe he has calculated that, okay, due to social things that have happened in the past, maybe, to some extent, they won't be able to deliver what he actually wants. Maybe that's why he's saying that he can actually withdraw it now, then, negotiate. Because I think in Nigeria right here, right now, everything is just about negotiation. You just have to negotiate your way out of something. You will notice it. Even when someone from somewhere is getting, you want to get to a place in a higher position, you just have to negotiate. Even some people now, before they give you a job, they will tell you that, okay, maybe your first salary, you would have to slash it into two. You have to reach a particular agreement before you are not given anything on a platter of gold or because you are qualified or something.
Is that not disheartening?
It's just something else. It actually is something else.
All right, please, if you're watching, I think at this point we can take calls. You can call in, let's know what you think. But that will be after we've spoken with our in-house analyst, Mr. Christian Chukwu, on this particular issue. Nnamani telling P2B to withdraw the petition and negotiate with Igbos, like allow Igbos to negotiate with Tinubu or something that has to do with it. Let's know what you think on that. But right now, let's get to our in-house analyst, Mr. Christian Chukwu. He'll be joining us shortly.
All right. Before Mr. Christian Chukwu will be joining us, we'll actually go on a break. Shortly, when we are back, the phone lines will be on and you'll be able to call in to make your contributions known. We'll be right back very soon. Stay tuned. Keep watching Lagos this morning.
100 naira, let's come,
All right, so welcome back to the program Lagos this morning, and our in-house analyst, Mr. Christian Chuku, would be joining us shortly.
He's already here.
Good morning, Mr. Christian Chuku.
Yeah, good morning. Happy New Week. How was the weekend?
Yeah, it was fine. Thank you so much.
Mr. Christian Chuku.
All right.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, we have a story. We have a report right in front of us. Nnamani telling Obi to withdraw the petition and negotiate interest of Igbos with Tinubu. What do you feel about that?
Nnamani, I know he.
Hello.
His predictions are very well. If you listen to him or you read some of his writes of you, so this guy is intelligent. But I'll take it from another perspective. Obi is not representing an Igbo interest. Obi is representing Nigerians. And I don't remember the last time that Obi was standing in as a Igbo man trying to fight for Igbos. I think if he wants to fight for the interest of South Easterners in this current National Assembly, because we are waiting for the courts to validate the election that was carried on February 25th. So if he wants to fight for Igbo interests, he should go on. And he's a popular person, he's an Igbo man, so he's a respected person. Although the elections that was conducted defeated him. He should rally around the Analyst, rally around other Igbo formations to meet Bola Ahmed Tinubu or meet the National Assembly or meet the powers that be and mediate for Igbo interest. But as far as I'm concerned, Obi does not represent Igbo, he represents Nigerians.
Thank you so much on that. And also, the Sudan war going on right now. We've seen the US and also the UK and France lifting their people out of the place. But Nigeria right here, they are saying that the only viable way out of evacuation is by road. What do you think?
Yeah, when you look at that report, Ethiopia refused some Nigerians from its border for passing through its border, Ethiopia.
Okay.
So Nigerians can't move except by road. Now, flight operations are very risky because these guys are launching missiles to themselves, and if you now carry an air-peace flight or Arik Air, there's not a fighter jet, or you carry a Meccano into Sudan, it might be bombed, and we spend millions of dollars on that. It's risky. Even the Americans were only able to evacuate their embassy officials, not over 15,000 Americans living in Sudan. It is a similar problem for every country. Even UK, Germany, they are not being able to evacuate most of their citizens at this point in time. So it is an infighting between the paramilitary forces and the main forces of the country. And I think that we should not blame Nigerian government at this point in time, because I believe they are helpless to evacuate their citizens through air. They should also look at options of trying to take them through the land. But the borders are not yet opened. Bordering countries that are sharing border with these countries, Sudan, they are not at this point that I know of. They are not being welcome. They are not welcoming Nigerians that are wanting to pass through their borders.
Wow. And also INEC asking the Inspector General of Police to investigate the Adamawa Declaration drama. What can you say about that? Somebody
says this what we are going through, what we are watching is a crime scene. It's like a film. We have mafias acting and we are watching. The last time that the Adamawa was summoned to Abuja, that was the last time we saw him. So we were asking INEC to produce the Adamawa because the last time we saw him was boarding a flight, boarding a jet. I don't know where that jet was going, but they summoned him at first. So Nigerians are asking that INEC should look for him and bring him, because it is believed that they know where this guy is. The DSS, it is believed that they know where this guy is. Imagine a whole DSS the whole intelligence, Nigerian intelligence, will not know where a popular resident electoral commissioner would be within the boundaries of Nigeria. Where would he have gone? They have access to login phones, have access to the internet, have access to like booking whatever he uses, whatever device he uses, whatever popular hotels we have. But yes, they are trying to play a scene because we believe that they are powerful forces at the top. They are trying to shield this man until May 29th, that they are going to swear in the president-elect so as to further foment or further hatch up their plans of trying to shield the guy. Because you ask a question, who on earth will have the guts, will have the effrontery, a barrister, a professor, to declare a fake result, knowing the consequences? Let's ask that question. So I'm asking INEC and the police and the DSS. I think they know where this guy is.
Many other people have actually claimed that there is no way the DSS will actually know where he is, because the DSS official was there with him, and also the I think the commissioner of police was there with him while he was announcing the result as well. And also let's take a look at Serap asking Buhari to probe missing 149 million barrels of crude oil in 2019.
Serap, like I'm trying to leave the office, or trying to I'll try and one of these days try and go to the office in Lagos State and ask them, how did you do all this? Internal maintenance of our refineries has spent trillions of naira in Buhari's government, and nobody's asking the question. Babu is still money, Snake is still money, and you're asking Buhari's government to account for over 149 million barrels stolen. You saw what happened with discussing pipeline in the Niger Delta, whereby some was given a contract that the Nigerian could not do. They discovered people connecting pipe from our main pipeline to other private sources. And from research, from investigation, it's believed that it is only the government or any other force that has such capacity, security capacity that our government has, that can perpetrate such crimes. If you're asking Buhari, it's just like Buhari has like less than 35 days to go. You're asking Buhari to account. Is this Buhari's government accountable at any point in time? Which time do you know that Buhari's government will be accountable? During COVID-19, you want to be accountable. Is it now that you're expecting Buhari's government to be accountable? I don't think this will be possible.
Okay. With less than 38 days to the swearing in, and then the election tribunal we are still awaiting the election tribunal. Do you think that Nigerians would, or the obedient or the Labour parties, do you think they will give in to whatever decision the court comes up?
Swearing in. Like I said, what is happening in Nigeria is a criminal scene being run by a criminal organization. It's similar to that. You don't expect people to be accountable. You don't expect people to be briefed on what will happen. We're just left in the dark. Nobody's saying anything. And if you ask questions, you just ask they're not listening, or they are not hearing what you're saying. If you protest, nobody listens to you. I think it's a fascist kind of approach towards governance. We'll be here, and you'll see that towards the end of 21 days after the petition, 21 days for ability to respond to the petition. Towards the end of 21 days, that's why I see they'll just set up a committee or set up a sitting. After that sitting, they adjourn the case, they swear in the president-elect, and after that, it is all other story. So it's still 120 days whereby everything will be exhausted.
Okay, moving on, I have this one more question. As a Nigerian who saw the list of the people that the president-elect selected for his inauguration, and then the Southeast no one came from the southeast. How do you see that? Because people are of the opinion that is pure hatred somehow, not to include the southeasterners in his list, on his list. What do you think?
I don't know what is the South is going to gain from that committee or that list. I don't see what the South is okay, especially in this the formation of this government, because somebody said only Southwest gave Tinubu over 800,000 votes, while the Southeast gave Tinubu less than 100,000 votes. So now, looking at this government, Southeast does not really, for me, they don't stand a chance of holding vital positions. The highest they can hold is Senate President or Deputy House of Representatives. But aside that, whatever formation, whatever constitution, whatever committee, I don't think the Southeast at this point in time will need that. I think what the Southeast needs is to come together and have a consensus, have a voice, have a mind of their own, be unified more than ever, and push for whatever they want to push for.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's look away from politics right now to the world of sport. We saw Newcastle thrashing Tottenham Hotspur 6-1 yesterday, and also Arsenal having a blow by drawing their game 3-3. But there will be a title deciding game this week between Manchester City and Arsenal. Do you see Arsenal as being the league leaders? Do you see them, pulling off a crucial win that they need right now, and going forward to lift their first trophy in the past 20 years or so?
Yeah, I have a repetition of predicting games, and probably 85% it will come into fruition. But this Arsenal City, I'm an Arsenal fan. I see a defeat. That's my personal. I see a defeat, and that will be the deciding factor between Man City and Arsenal who will go and take the league. Then, except the miracle happens, Arsenal will just get a draw. But I don't see Arsenal winning that match. I'm going to bang on Arsenal losing that match. It's either 1-0, 2-1, nothing less than that. So that is my own. I was disappointed with the performance Arsenal had with Bournemouth, and it's then I knew that Arsenal has lost the cup. Many Arsenal fans will not also support me on that. But this Wednesday match, Arsenal is losing. Newcastle surprised everyone, beating this guy 6-1. First half 5-0. Imagine. But for the Premiership is getting tougher, it's getting more interesting. I see Man City taking the league. Only a miracle will make Arsenal come second.
This is how even carry the league. Because an Arsenal fan is seated right here, and then he's feeling bad about this.
But there's this saying right now that miracle they tire Jesus. I know we have Jesus in our team. Don't you feel like Jesus would actually make a miracle that day?
That's Gabriel Jesus.
Miracle is that Jesus. Okay, the one in the first now. No, now on Brazil Jesus.
Okay, Mr. Chuku, on the last note, let's take a look at let's go to the world of entertainment. Yesterday we saw the concert of Davido at TBS, and then there's this reports that the governor of Osun State, that's Davido's uncle, was there live and direct. What, I don't know, a governor attending a concert, is it because it's the brother, or the nephew, and he had to be there, or is because his family, or that is just who the governor is? He loves cruise.
Things are very important when we want to talk about politics now. You can see Portugal, last election, he had to join three different parties. He saw the statue of Awolowo with his pants down, was just dancing around Awolowo. So influencers are very important. Artists, musicians are important to election these days. And going further, it is a cousin now. When he wanted to run for governor, he was influential. So everything they do now, at least the guy is supposed to do there, you understand? Even I saw Daily Momodu. I think the over time has been very, very involved in politics than every other artist. So at least he will attract many people. They swear for the rain. I was expecting that it will be a day that the rain will not fall. Because of the rain, I didn't go. I wanted to go. I just see a big one, good one for him. But the crowd was not encouraging, sha.
Well, okay, Mr. Christian, thank you so much
Thank you so much
your
for your
contribution.
contribution this morning. But someone contradicted what the person said. I see Arsenal lifting the trophy. Even though you saw.
Yeah, that's my man. That's my man.
Okay, and that's coming from Dutchman Pounds. He said,
Dutchman, I see Arsenal lifting the trophy. You know, actually in 2002, you know, Arsenal won the trophy, you know, in a tight angle.
20,
Actually,
20
we
was,
needed
sorry?
2002.
02, that's 2002.
You know, history repeats itself.
2002.
You know, as at then, Arsenal needed to go to Old Trafford and win on that ground. So we are
I didn't know those players are
it
still
is
playing
not
now.
See, it is not what's it called, alien to us, winning at crucial times on, you know, foreign ground. So I believe Arsenal will go to Etihad. If we can go to Anfield, then, you know, grind out a draw, even while we have been defeated, you know, devastating defeat in the past few years, and we entered Anfield, you know, picked up a point. I believe we can go to Etihad and, you know, do well and get 3 points.
That's your opinion because you're an Arsenal fan. All right, moving on. There's this man who spoke
We have Mr.
about.
Samson on the phone.
Okay, Mr. Samson. Hello, Mr. Samson.
Good morning, Mr. Sam.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Mr. Samson. Hope you had a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, I did. I tried.
You tried. Thank God you did try.
Okay.
So, what's your contribution today, sir?
Well, we have about, I think we have less than 35 days
Yeah.
to May 29. So I hope you guys are getting prepared for that day.
Well, of course.
I hope that day is going to be a special program on your,
Of course.
on this
It
show.
would be. There'll be a live program.
I hope Gladys will be putting on the Ashwaju attire. Why you two be putting on Ashwaju attire?
Well, we'll be putting on all the attires, you know, representing Nigeria as a whole. Nigeria
Probably will wear green because that's Nigeria.
You know,
That's
just
Nigeria.
green, white, green and white.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, you know, at the end of the day, what we are hoping for is a better Nigeria, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, so over the night I was, you know, actually listening to why Sudan is in this serious turmoil. You know, as at 2009, we used to have one single Sudan, a very big Sudan. You know, but then by 2011, we now have South Sudan and then Sudan. In the South Sudan, you know, you have majority of Christians in South Sudan. But even as of today, despite the, you know, the separation, South Sudan is not okay. They are yet to get themselves. So my point is this. You know, we've seen recent development from people, you know, so many people agitating for separations and the likes. I mean, you know, we separating does not guarantee a success of a separated entity. I just want us to understand that the democracy that we are practicing in Nigeria here has a very unique complexity. And that is, you know, that is being placed on our ethnic diversity. You know, I can tell you categorically that I feel Nigeria is the most diverse nation in the world, whereby you have over 200 tribes, and I mean, it's so serious, you know, and for that case, it's a weak point, but as well, we can also magnify the strong point, because our diversity should give us a lot of edge above other nations. But here we are today, you know, struggling to understand ourselves. You see, I think I was telling Christian, I said, I don't pray we separate the North from the South. Because the issue we have today, whatever dispute that we are having as of today, I think the majority is in the South. Where we have the Southwest fighting the Southeast. And it has always been like that. Look at the issues, even after the Biafra War, the Southeast and the Southwest still having this, you know, this black blood in themselves, which is not supposed to be so. We are called Southerners. The Northerners will call us Southerners. They're not going to separate southeast from southwest or southwest. They will call us northern. Southwest, we also call them northern. We can see that the policy is not much in the north like in the south here. So much attention here is people saying that southwest is being greedy, southwest is inconsiderate. Some people are coming with that argument of Igbos have never been president, which is of course no lie. But we must know that, the uniqueness of this our, complex democracy is that we must be able to bring this across forward.
Yeah.
As much as I like Petition, the point is, it did not start getting those bridges on time. Over the weekend, I saw a video where he went to mosques and he was, donating. And I was like, okay, this is a good way to go. But these are things we never saw him doing for the election. I mean, you will agree with me. We never saw him doing all this, mixing with other religions. Even on president, immediately after the election, we saw him going to, more churches, whereby we know that there's so much inclination towards the Christian. We understand for them. Today, he's trying to balance it, which is fair. But you must understand that as far as you want to deny it, those guys in the north, if they don't mark you as a single entity, my brother, there's nothing you can do. You will never become that president that you so wish to become. Let's ask ourselves this question. If we have a rerun, and Bola Tinubu is not in that picture, if we have a rerun, and Bola Tinubu is in that picture, do you think we will still hold the whole of South? How far do you think Peter Obi will score in the north? So those are the questions. For a person like Sultan of Sokoto to ask Peter Obi to take the results in good faith, that doesn't mean he lacks integrity. That doesn't even mean that they don't know that there were so many people just concluded for the presidential election. But we shouldn't allow what happened in Sudan to repeat itself or to happen in Nigeria. You know what's happening in Sudan? Basically, pushed because of echo. The president of the military and the deputy, none of them wants to, just like submit to that. They are on a plan to allow a civilian rule to come in. The president wants that, the deputy doesn't want, and then we have to work. Alright? So when you are being ethnocentric at the expense of your citizenry, a lot of things might go wrong. This court thing, fine, you can go to court. But I'm telling you, for instance now, if the court order favors Obi, we might accept it, but the people in the north might not accept it. Maybe because they don't even want anything that has to do with Obi. The north might accept it, the west might not accept it. And then we will not start having a repeat of Operation Wednesday. God forbid. Alright? So at the end of the day, there are reasons to always be strategic. Right? Sometimes you have to, even in the face of, in the face of maybe you feel you are being cheated, sometimes you might have to shoot the sword. Because you want to avoid something we call, Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic victory is something whereby you have lost so much just because of one thing that you always want. It's not like you are chasing one cover with 1 million. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I am not saying it will be not, push his petition. But there has to be a time whereby you have to look at it as an overall. Okay, most of your supporters are not in your territory. Okay? Most of the supporters are not in your territory. I can categorically And there seems to be a security threat because of what I'm trying to find. But when I'm in this, I understand that that's my strong move. Now, your people, majority of your people, most of them are in the west side and they're in the north side. Now, their life, our life, if Tinubu was in this same position for the my brother, maybe if it's Tinubu, like, you would have seen so many Yoruba leaders standing up to tell him, oh, that's step down. That was the same thing that happened to Buhari to those days of 2011. They called him this northern oh, that step down. You know, this thing has happened. It has happened. In 2019, they told our people to calm down. Alright? Obi is a very influential person online. No doubt about it. He's a very influential. He's more influential than Tinubu. If they take away Twitter, my brother, the influence of Obi will just have a natural death. But the influence he has on Twitter, which he keeps, using to keep the fire, that obedient passion burning. If they try to maybe switch off Twitter now, my brother, Obi's influence will just die naturally. But that is not the case. Obi has to understand that there's a situation I have on ground in this petition. Yes, unless Obi is ready, okay? Because we want a revolution, but nobody wants to lose one or two persons. My brother, I have to be sincere with you, and this is me being real with every one of us listening to my voice here. That if that court case goes other way, otherwise, if it is not people that was declared or people that was declared, my brother, God knows in heaven, a lot would turn out to be chaotic. So many people will face serious unrest that they would want to ask for a reversal. Because what you saw in that governorship election should give you something similar that might happen. I am not I'm only trying to be realistic. I am not that kind of a person. But what people will do is what I am saying. And I don't think we should start shying away from it. We've always said something. I have always said something. Obi said he's not desperate. Your followers are the ones that are desperate. Good. You yourself, I want you to say that you are desperate. When Obi tells us that he's desperate, he's ready to put his life, on the line for this Nigeria recovery. Because he has always claimed he's not desperate for anything. But he's challenging the outcome. If the outcome goes his way, and this now go out of hand, will this our person will it stand? Because our diversity, all those things are very, very, we are very, very critical. We must ask ourselves those questions. I don't want us to start shying away from it because this thing is a life and death scenario. Sudan is a perfect example for us. Look at Sudan. They have basically one religion, and they speak Arab in that nation. Now, compared to Nigeria, where we have diversity, some are Igbos, some are Yoruba, some are Hausa, some are Christians, some are Muslims. My brother, sometimes you just have to compromise for things to go on. God forbid, it is okay for Obi to be in the court, but it is also okay for him, after a time, to listen and to heed to the advice of the elders. Because the elders will see what you, as a young person, will not see, even if you are on top of a tree. I think that's my own take this morning.
All right, thank you very much
so
for
much,
your contribution.
Mr. Samuel.
Thank you. All right, moving on the program. Let's take a look at the video where the Lagos State Commissioner of Police ordered the area commander to take up over a case of a woman that was slapped. How can people just slap someone just because you're having a conversation or an altercation or something? Just raise up your hand and slap someone else in public, even if it is in private. Why should you even slap anybody at all? Let's take a look at the video quickly.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ibi kíbi tẹ́ bá ti ń gbọ́ mi, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run. nǹkan tó dùn mí lọ́kàn tó dùn mí tó dùn ẹlẹ́dàá mi because àwọn olówó wọ́n máa ń believe pé àwọn lè fi ọwọ́ lágbáyàn lójú. Bebex ni wọ́n pè wọ́n ní ó popular gan ní Instagram. Bebex lórúkọ ẹ̀ ní Ládìpọ̀ ló ti ń ta ọjà àwọn kìíní pààtì yẹn ní àtiwọlé ní Yusuf Street ibẹ̀ gangan lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀. Ní alẹ́ yìí mo lọ sí junction pé kí lọ ra oúnjẹ and ọmọ mi wà nílé mo gbàwẹ̀ mo ṣe fẹ́ break ni pé kí sáré lọ ra oúnjẹ. On my way coming back ó dẹ̀ pè mí because tí mo ṣe lọ lélẹ̀ yìí name your price come here. So I was like, are you talking to me or who? Only yes, you. Name your price. I want to touch those things that you are holding because tí mo ṣe mú dání lélẹ̀. So when I want to touch those things that you are holding, I was like, what are you holding? What am I holding? Okay, do you want the food? Okay, this is the food. Only no. Don't you need money? Ṣé mo need owó ni? Ipe kemi wá, ipe kóhun be mi tọ́jú. Mo ní sorry, I'm a married woman. Only so fucking don't you need money? Your husband get money. Money, your husband get money biti báwo. Now, what sort of rubbish is that? Like, I don't even know you. Mo ṣá ṣe bu nìyẹn. Tí mo ṣe bu, bó ṣe ní you Ali, oh yeah, slap her. I was like, slap her for what? You did something wrong. You even have the right to apologize to me. Not you commanding your people to slap me. Bó ṣe ní slap her. Báwọn yẹn ṣe gbá mi létí, báwọn àgbàlagbà ṣá ṣe dìde ni because àwọn èèyàn wà ń bẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn bíi bàbá. Wọ́n ṣá dìde.
lórúkọ ẹ̀ Bebex.
Wọ́n ṣá dìde. Wọ́n ṣe dìde. Àwọn yẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ wípé kílé tó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Wípé kílé tó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó ní I will beat you. Not the way your mama and your papa feed you. Not the way your papa feed you. What did I even do? Did I even know you? Báwo yẹn ṣàṣekúnlé wa lórí nìyẹn. Fóònù mi dẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ mi. Fóònù mi wà lọ́wọ́ mi àti chain mi. So ibi táwọn èrò ṣáàtì pọ̀ wọ́n gba fóònù lọ́wọ́ mi. Fóònù tí mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rà nítorí iṣẹ́ tí mo ṣe wọ́n gbà lọ́wọ́ mi wọ́n já chain mi lọ́rùn mi. So èrò ṣàpọ̀ ń bẹ everybody bó ṣe sáré lọ pọlọ́pàá títí ẹ̀ nìyẹn. Next thing ó ní no go pass money. Ẹjọ́ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi dá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí woman rights ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi dá sí nítorí àwọn tó bá ti lọ́lá tó bá ti lọ́ má ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ kò ju owó lọ tó ń harass mi like lórí insult mi ò mọ̀ rí it's not as if baby àti ríra rí so nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ẹjọ́ torí lọ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà ẹjọ́ mú bọ́ ẹjọ́ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà ẹ má jẹ́ kí àyò jẹ mí gbé o iPhone 14 tí mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rà. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys.
Alright guys, you're still watching Lagos this morning. So what actually happened is that some people in the comment section are saying that they don't understand Yoruba. This woman, she says she's a married woman. So few days ago she was going to a particular restaurant in around Ladipo area to buy food. After the fasting period around 7, she wanted to go and buy food. Then on her way going there, she saw someone, just a stranger on the road. The guy told her that she should name her price. Like without you knowing her from nowhere, she just said, name your price. She said, name your price, like how? He said, the guy now said, I want to touch what you are holding, because she said she was tying a wrapper that she just held onto her chest or something, and she was even carrying the food too. She was carrying the food while she was going back. She was now like, okay, is it the food you are talking about? And I said, that what she's holding, like how much is her price? You know, trying to, would I say slut shame her. She now said, how can you talk like? She now talked to the man. Then the next thing the man said, some guys there should slap her.
Why?
I don't know. I don't understand. Said one of them now slapped her. That a phone she was holding, she just got the phone. They collected the phone. Now it even wanted to resort to violence in the area, because some people were supporting her. Like, you don't know this lady from nowhere. Do you know this man? She said no. Do you know how to? The man now they said they would call the police, that they would use, it is money that they used to settle everything. And now I think the commissioner of police have actually waded into the matter. So I think many people out there, I don't know, no matter how much you have or how you believe that you know people or something, there are some words you don't say to people. How can I just see a lady walking around and say, name your price? How much is your this thing? When it's not as if you want to maybe patronize a sex
probably
worker or
the man
something,
was drunk.
you go there.
Probably the man was drunk, because you can't tell me that a sensible man who is on his on his right senses, in his right senses rather, would do that kind of thing to a lady, to a woman, because she's married. To a woman working on her own, and then you now say name your price. Excuse you, even if she's a sex worker.
No, it's very wrong.
That's very, very rude. And it's just funny that some people are like that.
Exactly.
Some people are like that.
Even aside naming your price, some will just see a lady and start saying nonsense.
Nasty words.
Exactly.
I've witnessed that kind of thing before. You see some guys, they're just working on your own, they call you, and then because they don't want to answer, they will start talking to you rudely. And then there's an extent to which anybody can take words, can tolerate things. When you now be like, excuse you, what is wrong with this one? You now answer it, to not be like, and
she carry. So you're not even fine. This thing, that one.
There's something I wanted to say. It's a live show, so let me swallow it, because if I say it now, it would be like I'm talking about your people in a certain way. Now it might not end up well. So let me leave it.
Well, it's very wrong for all guys out there, regardless of whoever you are or what tribe or something, or how much is in your bank account. Nobody cares about that.
Nigeria Future says some men don't have self-respect, and that's true. And that's true. If you're that charged up, you know what I mean.
You know where to go.
You know where to go to. And not to molest people on the streets. That kind of man, no matter how much you have, he is supposed to be prosecuted adequately.
Exactly.
He's supposed to face the full wrath, because that's molestation. You just molested someone. You just abused someone. You slapped her. She is not your wife. Even if she's your wife, do you have the right to slap her?
No.
She's not your sister. She's not your daughter. So why? A married woman. I wonder where the husband is.
Okay. Let's take a look at some of our comments right here. Okay. Nigerian future, they never leave you. Okay, he said even if she's not married, most of you just stop a lady on the way and start saying nonsense. Well,
the Nigerian future, some guys are actually like that. Some guys are like that. They feel that they can talk to anybody anyhow because you are. I don't know where some men actually got this notion from. What girls need is money, and it's so annoying. It just means some people like, well, it's not money that you want. It's not money that you need. I'm like, wow, is life all about money now? Is money all there is? You get, and it's just so sometimes, it's annoying.
It's just annoying. Actually, being a lady, while you're walking on the street, different guys just opening their mouth to say
things, and just imagine slapping a woman, a married woman. Name your price. Woo! My goodness. Name your price. And then, do I know you from anywhere? You slap. Really?
Well, actually, I'm actually sure that if this man, if it were to happen to his sister, he would actually, fight. He would go to the extreme length.
He may not fight because there's some. I don't think that man has some common sense. I don't know where he is, but then I don't think he has. I don't think he's human. Because I don't think. See, not everybody on the streets are actually human.
Some people are something else.
There are people that they just come from a different planet. Not everybody is human. No, for real, because we assume that because we are all putting on clothes, we are walking on the streets, you think that they are normal people. No. There are so many abnormal people out there on the streets. And then my own point is this: no matter how much this man may have, no matter how much influential he may be, I think he needs to be adequately prosecuted. They shouldn't give him because if for him to slap this woman, that means if he
would have been doing it to other people that didn't speak up.
And then if he had his way, or if he had an opportunity as well, if he kill him, yes. Look at you saw a part of her cheek was already red. That's to show you the level of the slap that he might have given her.
Oh, it is well. All right, I will come into the end of the program gradually. Okay, so we've looked at series of news updates from the nationwide blackout looming to the general fall of electricity below 4,000 megawatt, and also the Nigerians only viable way out of evacuation from Sudan is by road. Federal government, I believe it is by road to the neighboring countries to be able to enlist them from there, because I don't expect by road from Sudan to Nigeria is not feasible or something. Then another building collapsing in Lagos. Another building collapsing. And Nnamani to Obi withdraw petition negotiating stress of Igbos with Tinubu. Many Nigerians out there are saying that Peter Obi is representing Nigerians, not Igbos per se. So he's
not vying for Igbo presidency now.
It's for Nigerian
presidency.
And also the INEC asking the IGP to investigate Adamawa declaration drama. Many people, and we all know as well, we saw the video, with DSS official and also a CP while they announced that result. Nobody without backing at the high level.
That's Adamawa Reg.
Kind of act.
The moment he's being caught, they should jail him. And when they are taking him to jail, they should make it like it should be a live broadcast. How he was being taken, the particular jail he is in, and the handcuff, everything. They should show seriously. They should show Nigerians because he committed that's a big offense.
Exactly.
A big offense.
There is a proverb in Yoruba that says in English that you can't wake someone that is not sleeping. It's not possible. It is someone that is sleeping that you can wake. So if we put it into this context now, can someone arrest himself? It's not possible. So everything is just like interwoven.
Yeah, because the CP was there, and then the CP
now is nowhere to be found. You sure you get
funny in Nigeria.
It's very, very funny. And also, quickly, court grants Chu the Nnamani 10 million naira bail over alleged cyber stalking. Well, and also Newcastle trashing Spurs 6-1, 5-0 in first half, 3-0 under 3-0 under 10 minutes. It's just a very, very mind-blowing game. And also FA Cup final sees Manchester United and Man City, and the Lagos CP ordering the area commander to take up over case of the woman that was slapped. I actually hope and pray that she would get justice being served, because this kind of men, if they are out there, that's how we get rapists and the likes. Because if he can feel like he has authority over someone else's wife, not even someone else's wife now, someone that you don't even have a relationship with, even if you have a relationship or this person is your younger sister or your family, you don't have to lord over them. Not to talk of someone you barely even know about. What if this lady now, let's say her husband is a military man, then he comes in, with Black Maria, then they start acting. We say, okay, our military officers are now overdoing, overreacting. There are so many things that would have been involved. Had it been she is in a kind of situation to even call for that kind of reinforcement.
What if the woman? What if when they raised the hand to slap, she just slumped
and she died?
What happens? No, he. Honestly, see, someone said here, Sonny Prosper, you're welcome to the show. He said, have said it before. If I have access to power, so many people will be in jail. I said that one time too. If I have access to power, honestly, I think I would jail a lot of people, because you see, any person who behaves abnormally in Nigeria will go to jail.
He also said, we know that some girls are disgrace to women, mostly those doing hookup, but that didn't mean all girls or women are the same.
The people doing hookup, who is calling them? They are not calling themselves, remember that?
Exactly.
Now men, they call them, and if there's no market, they will go and look for something else to do. My point though.
Nigeria is a lawless country, that's why people do anyhow and get away with it. Nigerian Inspector General of Police, he don't have voice of his own. Oh, damn. Married or not married, no woman should be humiliated that way. Exactly. No woman. In fact, no man, nobody deserves that kind of humiliation. Even if it's a guy or something.
You raise the hand and slap. Oh my goodness. I don't know how people breathe. Like, I feel that some people actually breathe from their enemies. I'm sorry to say. But how can you slap? If someone just comes out, as in she was on her way to get something or walking down to somewhere, and then you now call her, like, name your price. First of all, are you normal? Like, it's all well with you. First of all, I'll have to scan, like, is he a mad person? Or he just left, Yaba left? Because it's possible. Or maybe he just came out from rehab. They thought, probably they'll be thinking that, okay, he's now partially okay, without knowing that something's still there inside. And name your price, from there, slap her. What? The man needs to be in jail.
Exactly.
If Nigeria is a working system, if Nigeria was a working system, if Nigeria is a working system, or if Nigeria is actually working the way it should work, that man should be in jail. Nothing won't tell me.
Okay, all right. Nigeria future, you're right, my love. Okay. Now that they decided that me and Potato, nobody is loving me. I love myself. God loves me. All right, we've come to the end of the program today, and till we see you again tomorrow on another exciting edition of Lagos This Morning to bring you more updates on entertainment, politics, lifestyle, sports, and the rest as well. Till we see you again tomorrow. Have a lovely day.
Why are you not picking your words? It's actually funny. If you don't want to go, please you can stay. No. Please, he doesn't want to go. You can stay back. Before I say what I want to say, let me read Sonny Prosper's comment. He said APC should go to court. Now them still they tell P2B to withdraw. Sorry, APC said go to court. Now them still they tell P2B to withdraw case. Confusion everywhere. Nigeria Future says some men are dog in human form. I don't know. I'm not a man. You're a man. So, and it's a man that said this. I believe you understand.
He said men.
They said some men. Are you not a man?
Man is different from men.
So what's the difference between singular and plural?
No, man is me.
Singular gave birth to plural. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching Lagos This Morning today. And I believe you had fun. You had a wonderful time with us on the discussions we had today. Please don't always forget, if you can call in, please do what to call in and always air your opinion. Let's know what you think in every of the topics we drop every day on the program. But for today, we've come to the end of the program. Thank you so much. I am Gladys Alozie.
Yeah, thank you so much, and do have a lovely day ahead. Bye for now.
Make sure you stay out of trouble. Very important.
And don't slap people.
Don't slap people. All right.
100 naira, let's